To pick lock. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you can't give them both, so you got to take it away.
Win percentage, 100%.
Jennifer,
yeah. So it's just going to be the core key. Something we've seen rising in priority. Get some buffs, like the refund you get on your ult on crits. And I think 80 per level, which does help a lot when you're building a Sheen item, but not crazy amounts. Now, the Olaf comes through. Olaf has been running games recently. You can see the win rate there, 83.3%. You're playing into a Skarner, you're playing into a Shen, and you're playing into two champions that are all burst and not that much sustained damage. So this Olaf is feeling great, and what is Keen going to pick into it? One, to match up into it in lane, but also to maybe provide some more DPS. He ends up going for the Gnar, a matchup that we have seen go wrong for the Gnar at times, so
yeah,
he needs to be on his A game.
they're here to play. And then they won the whole thing. So that happened. And then they came back to LCK and they just continued playing really well. So just really on form. Not really much to say. All their carries are playing really well. Lucid's had some big games. Showmaker's had some big games. Smash's had some huge games.
Then he's in a phenomenal position.
Chovy did take some damage and then healed a lot of it back. She was getting in here, and guess who's here as well? Flash on in with the E. It is so elementary here for Lucid. It makes it look so easy, too.
The Sonic Wave. And I guess that kill. And
Chovy. There's the heal from Duro to keep him alive. He was dead.
Yeah, he was very dead.
100%. That's true. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
This is his 68th unique pick in the LCK. Chovy definitely pretty...
Most records in the LCK. I
think
Faker holds it. You are right more than you're wrong.
Career's in a bit of trouble here, but he is Camille. Flash on in from Canyon. Not going to catch him yet, but it does slam him into the wall next to the turret. The rock is not enough to get Career down.
And honestly, 2 flashes bin from Gen G for the one of Career. You feel pretty good.
And bot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Keen's in a lot of trouble. No flash available here. Nice hop to try to get away, but the turret's aggro goes to Lucid, and it's easy pickings for him with a big wave in top lane.
I just don't know what you're supposed to do in that situation.
Lee Sin on the enemy team too, and your jungler doesn't show any support, and the Lee Sin shows up twice. You know, like we saw a little bit of this in game 1 too. Or rather, Series 1. Career in a little bit of trouble, by the way. He is getting in there as now Chovy looking for the shutdown is going to catch it, picks up a double, does not use his flash well, but in goes Lucid. Very nicely done by Duro to block this. And Lucid...
Nice sidestep. Sonic Wave needs to hit.
I think he can get Duro here, yeah. Is going to pick it up with the Sonic Wave. And now, that's 3 kills for Lucid's Lee Sin. Forever.
Is it just forever?
All right, we got some help from Duro, or at least he's attempting to help him. The stunned, or the taunt rather, doesn't do anything, and Shu just runs him down. That's Olaf for you.
for no less than 10 seconds. So it would have been there for a while, so I assume Chovy did go and pick it up. It'd be nice if we could get that confirmed. Character bar thing. Hit 2 stacks of the ult, so he must have picked it up.
We got a Shen coming in. It's a lot of damage on a Ruler, but not enough. And now the curtains are called. Smash dodges 1, dodges 2, dodges 3, but Duro gets in there and picks up the kill.
Keen is trying.
Uh-oh. Chovy, I don't know if you should have stayed, buddy. Lucid has flash, too. He's able to get up into the wave, though. That's going to help a little bit. Lucid going to take turret aggro, and the dash comes out, and the Q is going to land, but Chovy flashes, or dashes away, and Showmaker gets in and picks up the kill. But at least Chovy's able to trade 1-for-1 in the 1v2. Yeah, I think
Locky?
that's his real name. Locky.
Locky.
Hey, I'm Locky here.
Wow. You know what?
Only a real New Yorker.
Maybe to clarify, we should call him that, so then people know we're not talking about him when we say when we just say
Going
lock.
pretty deep here is Lucid. I mean, he's going to get punished by quite a lot of CC. This is part of why the Skarner's good, but he just doesn't take any damage, though. He's still alive. The kick on a Canyon to get him in range of Showmaker. Duro and Chovy are running away, and through the wall goes Canyon, and through the ground he goes as Lucid picks up a 4th.
You know, it's been a while since we had a Sundered Sky moment, but there we go.
Uh-oh. Wait, where have we seen this before? At least he doesn't have Ragnarok, and he is running into turret range. Everybody is flashing. Nobody has flash that was in that play. Keen has it.
You should try and snowball if you can.
Hey, you did. You did say that, I remember.
Yeah.
Keen at least is doing a good job in this trade. Now he's got a Shen, causing Xiu to have to go all in on this one, and even with the Ragnarok, not enough to lock it down. The kill does go to Duro. He's really good.
They try to make sure that they secured it, but in the end, not the ideal person to get the kill. That was a bulky forward.
Land, and now Smash going to be forced to flash away. Yeah. Feeling pretty good about that. Things have slowed down a little bit, but now they're looking for Ruler with the Hextech Ultimatum. No escape for him, even though the shield does come through with the locket. It is not quite enough, or at least
a lot less tankiness that you're getting in that situation. I think it's in total like maybe like 135, 140 health left.
A bunch of trouble here as the Career is going to drop a stun, but I think he's just going to get run down here by the Gnar. There's really nowhere for him to go. He was way too deep, and Keen, he says, well, now at least I've got a kill, even after all that abuse in the lane.
Now the level up is there. 2 full level lead for Showmaker over Chovy.
Canyon trying to, I guess, get his Gromp. Might be punished for it, but tanky enough to
I think
withstand.
Canyon was going for Showmaker, but Lucid blocked it.
Okay, they can just go mid instead. Flash on in. Ruler, he was under the turret. That's not the Ruler spot. He just dies.
He got kicked closer to the Ruler spot, honestly.
So after that, I think he just needed to play a little bit safer on the side.
Canyon's miles away.
Yeah, Canyon's also being pressured out here. Xiu just going to take the 1v1, and now TP's coming in. They want to just take down Chovy, who flashes away, but the rest of the team is on the chase here. There's only so much mobility that he has, right? Surely we can kill Chovy. Okay, they did it. They finally got the lock. The Locky. They took him down, and
Locky.
yeah, Locky. G-Sun has cooked too much. I think it's G-Sun. Nice kick here on a Canyon, who is a Skarner, but you're not going to get away from the Hextech Ultimatum, and he's just not that tanky. Not to all this damage that they have right now with the Fed Lee Sin, the Fed Cassiopeia, just able to tear through. And I think the mistake maybe was trying to go for the Dragon. They were not going to get it.
It's not Hunting Baron, by the way, Brendan. It's All-Seeing Eye Baron.
Okay,
so
thank you for
they're okay.
getting that correct and being on the ball. They're trying to go for a Camille. Nice buffer here for Career. He doesn't even have to flash. And yeah, I mean, Canyon just respawns. So they don't have a smite. There's no way they can get into the pit anyway.
Wait, I haven't seen this. If you have empowered auto on Locky, what happens if you auto a Blast Cone? Do you like just bounce back, or do you like go over it?
I think they would have to make it that you just bounce back. Oh, is it teleport versus Mega Gnar? And Mega Gnar is going to win. So a nice little pick off there in the top lane. G-Sun said ew to that. She did not very much enjoy that. Showmaker might not enjoy this, the 1v2 against these two. Even on the Cassiopeia, tries to belt out of the way, and eventually just gets impaled. 703 gold over to the Gnar.
That happened like...
Or it sounds weird.
Like 2 hours ago.
All right, Career's going to face check the Gnar once again. And, I mean, eventually, Keen is just going to kill him. Has to Hextech Ultimatum. Now we got a TP coming in. Tons of damage coming out from Smash. but the follow-up and now the TP is not the best spot, but the kick is good onto Keen. Lucid trying to get the kill, picks it up, and there's no pressure on a Showmaker who TP'd into the fight. The Impale is nice, but where is the damage of Gen G? Finally they get it. Toby able to take him out, but Smash is the king of the fight as he takes down the lock. And Canyon just barely going to get away. Nice route here from Ruler to save them. And the Sonic Wave not going to connect here for Lucid on the chase.
Which I think would be very high value here. Into an Olaf and this Lee Sin is healing so much.
You know,
but hey, at least he runs fast. So
he does run fast and attacks from very far.
Doing damage?
Like a mosquito.
No, running fast, yes.
All right, speaking of which, here comes the Olaf getting oh,
where'd he go?
The lock just disappears him, and Career is dead too. But now we got Showmaker in the thick of things, and they just don't have the follow-up damage. Nice stun here from the Meganar though. Showmaker still on the run, but he's still alive. They cannot connect with the Cassiopeia, and Smash wasn't even the target for most of that, but he picks up a triple kill, and Ruler, he's running real fast. He's going to attack from real far away, but he's also probably just going to die. But also, I just feel like Jin is...
This feels like a next game Infinity Edge sort of situation.
If he had 5 items, he'd be dealing damage in these fights. He's just not there. He's just not there.
I think if he had 5 items and the enemy team didn't have items, that would go a long way.
Yeah, that would definitely help. Duro's like, oh, I guess I'm just going to taunt this guy. I'm not really sure what's going on here, as we are going to have the Purgatory thrown into them. Doesn't do a whole lot.
That fight felt like a little bit of Purgatory. Nothing really happened.
Well, what were they doing? What was going on?
They're in Purgatory.
They were just kind of...
No one's dying, they're just kind of throwing stuff at each other.
Not committing at all. DK have Ocean Soul, by the way.
Yeah, they're so healthy.
So... it doesn't do anything. Canyon trying to get in here. I mean, maybe just throw a Hail Mary. Nope, miasma. Nice try, I guess. As there, Lucid trying to play with his food a little bit, maybe trying to get a Impale out. As there is the Impale, and Lucid this time just kind of runs in a straight line to it. He trades his GA for it, and Geen is ready. They want to press their buttons. Career also trying to get off to the side, as now they're trying to go in onto Career. He flashes away. Bit of damage onto Jovi, but no full committal just yet, as now Gen G are on the run, just trying to get away from this one. But look at the mid-wave as she was pushing it in already with Baron buff.
How is no one dead? This actually is Purgatory.
Give me some action. Do something. That's actually a lot of damage out of that one.
Oh, the kick!
This huge damage out of Smash! Just executes them like he's locked. But even better, he's got some range, and now Canyon has to flash away. And Smash has quietly become a huge juggernaut in this game. And he has been untouched. Look at the health bar, too. He's actually pretty tanky. Jovi here on the right side, level 15. Looking at the Olaf, who's level 18. Feels like only Keen is able to do anything against DK.
Trying to find an angle here. They're still so healthy because of the Ocean Soul. Up!
That's not going to work. That's not the angle, and neither is that. The Meganar only hitting the Camille. This game is donezo, as this time they will finally take down Lucid, but the Nexus will also go down. D plus Gia taking Gen G for a long Purgatory run in this game number 1, and they eventually put them out of their misery.